Hello, beautiful loves. So we are on to another lesson today, and it's a little bit of a longer one. So we're going to be spending a bunch of moments here together. I'm really excited to read this lesson because it is easy for us to get caught in defending our own beliefs and thus attacking this world or ourselves. So this is a potent one for learning. So here we go today. It is lesson 135. If I defend myself, I am attacked. If I defend myself, I am attacked. This is a saving grace for many of us here. So let's see what Jesus has in store. Who would defend himself unless he thought he was attacked, that the attack is real, and that his own defense can save him? And herein lies the folly of defense. It gives illusions full reality, and then attempts to handle them as real. It adds illusions to illusions, thus making correction doubly difficult. When we defend, it is a double illusion. And it is this you do when you attempt to plan the future, activate the past, or organize the present as you wish. You operate from the belief you must protect yourself from what is happening because it must contain what threatens you. A sense of threat is an acknowledgement of inherent weakness, a belief that there is danger which has power to call on you to make appropriate defense. This is key, right? If we attempt to plan the future, activate the past, or organize the present as you wish, that's defending. That's defending. When we're not wholly in the present of knowing what we are, and we're too busy back there, or too busy in the future, or trying to organize what's going on right now in the present, we are defending ourselves. We're calling upon weakness instead of our strength. The world is based on this insane belief. And all its structures, all its thoughts and doubts, its penalties and heavy arguments, its legal definitions and its codes, its ethics and its leaders and its gods, all serve but to preserve its sense of threat. For no one walks the world in armature, but must have terror striking at its heart. That's it. Everything we do in this world is to defend against ourselves. Everything. But it is because we are so scared, we are so frightened, and we don't know what else to do. Exactly. Defense is frightening. It stems from fear. Increasing fear as each defense is made. You think it offers you safety. Yet it speaks of fear made real and terror justified. Is it not strange you do not pause to ask, as you elaborate your plans and make your armor thicker and your locks more tight, what you defend and how and against what? Exactly. What are you fighting against? What are you defending against? But while we're in it, we don't ask those questions, so we're locked in the box. Jesus. Let us consider first what you defend. It must be something that is very weak and easily assaulted. It must be something made easy prey, unable to protect itself, and needing your defense. What but the body has such frailty that constant care and watchful, deep concern is needful to protect its little life? What but the body falters and fails to serve the Son of God as worthy host? Here it is again, back to the false identification with self. It is only the body that must defend. It is only the body that is afraid. It is only the body that tries to protect itself. Yet it is not the body that can fear, nor be a thing to fear. It has no need but those which you assign to it. Ha! The body has no need except those which you assign to it. That's potent. It needs no complicated structures of defense, no health-inducing medicine, no care, and no concern at all. Defend its life, or give it gifts to make it beautiful, or walls to make it safe. And you but say your home is open to the thief of time, corruptible and crumbling. So unsafe it must be guarded with your very life. I think this is crucial, and I'm throwing out the word especially for women, because women are the ones who typically think that they are this body because we are the bearer of the babies, we're going to give, the sex, we're going to, keep up the home base, this whole idea. And so this whole identity of making ourselves healthy, making ourselves beautiful, trying to stop the realm of time, all of this is because what we think we are is a body. We think we are a body, and then this is where our fear stems from, because we never have enough, right? Is not this picture fearful? Can you be at peace with such a concept of your home, my home being this body, being this earth? Can you be content with that? Yet what endowed the body with the right to serve you, thus accept your own belief? It is your mind which gave the body all the functions that you see in it, and set its value far beyond a little pile of dust and water. Would you make defense of something that he recognized as this? The body is in need of no defense. This cannot be too often emphasized. It will be strong and healthy if the mind does not abuse it by assigning it roles it cannot fill, to purposes beyond scope, and to exalted aims which it cannot accomplish. Such attempts, ridiculous yet deeply cherished, are the sources for the many mad attacks you make upon it. For it seems to fail your hopes, your needs, your values, and your dreams. Wow. The self that needs protection is not real. The body, valueless and hardly worth the least defense, need merely be perceived as quite apart from you, and it becomes a healthy, serviceable instrument through which the mind can operate until its usefulness is over. Who would want to keep it when its usefulness is done? I think this is key here, because Jesus is bringing us back to the purpose that we give this body. If we are saying that this body is where our power is and where our purpose is, and that it has all of these goals of wanting to be healthier, of wanting to lose weight, of no longer wanting to be sick, of wanting to have enough money and food for it, and blah, 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 all these purposes, then we are locked in the dream and we are going to experience hell. And yet Jesus is reminding us here that its purpose is to be a serviceable instrument, is to be an instrument of communication for our Father. And when it does so, it is in perfect health, because instead we've accepted what we really are as being what we are, instead of this body as being what we are. So this is where we come into alignment with the truth. This is key here. If you defend the body, then you have attacked your mind. For you have seen in it the faults, the weaknesses, the limits, and the lacks of which you think the body must be saved. You will not see the mind as separate from the bodily concerns, and you will impose upon the body all the pain that comes from the conception of the mind as limited and fragile, and apart from other minds and separate from its source. That's it. When we think we are this body, we think we have a mind that is separate from the body, that is separate from everybody else, and is separate from God. That is scary. That is worthy of defense when we believe that that is the truth. However, these are the thoughts in need of healing. And the body will respond with health when they have been corrected and replaced with truth. I'm even going to read that again. These are the thoughts in need of healing. And the body will respond with health when they have been corrected and replaced with truth. This is the body's only real defense. Yet it is this where you look for its defense. Yet is this where you look for its defense? You offer it protection of a kind from which it gains no benefit at all, but merely adds to your distress of mind. You do not heal, but merely take away the hope of healing, for you fail to see where hope must lie if it be meaningful. And here it is. A healed mind does not plan. A healed mind does not plan. It carries out the plans which it receives through listening to wisdom that is not its own. It waits until it has been taught what should be done and then proceeds to do it. It does not depend upon itself for anything except its adequacy to fulfill the plans assigned to it. This is so perfect even for me today, because the ego tries to plan. The ego tries to put everything into the future, making us afraid of the future, of what we're going to have and what we're not going to have, and tries to figure out its way to do it by itself. This is insane. This is crazy, and then this must be healed. It is secure in certainty that obstacles cannot impede its progress to accomplishment of any goal which serves the greater plan established for the good of everyone. Yep. A healed mind is relieved from the belief that it must plan. Although it cannot know the outcome, which is best, the means by which it is achieved, nor how to recognize the problem that the plan is made to solve. It must misuse the body in its plans until it recognizes this is so. But when it has accepted this as true, then is it healed and lets the body go. For we let go of the body when we've accepted what we are as God created us to be. And in accepting ourselves as God created us to be, our mind is healed and we need no longer put any thought to this body because it's already taken care of as a part of God's plan. Enslavement of the body to the plans the unhealed mind sets up to save itself must make the body sick. It is not free to be a means of helping in a plan which far exceeds its own protection and which needs its service for a little while. In this capacity is health assured. For everything the mind employs for this will function flawlessly and with the strength that has been given it and cannot fail. It is, perhaps, not easy to perceive that self-initiated plans are but defenses with the purpose all of them were made to realize. Plans equal defense. They are the means by which a fragmented mind would undertake its own protection at the cost of truth. They are the means by which a fragmented mind would undertake its own protection at the cost of truth. This is not difficult to realize in some forms which these self-deceptions take, for the denial of reality is very obvious. Yet planning is not often recognized as defense. Planning is not often recognized as defense, but it is. The mind engaged in planning for itself is occupied in setting up control of future happenings. It does not think that it will be provided for unless it makes its own provisions. This is what I was also talking about this morning. It does not think that it will be provided for unless it makes its own provisions. Time becomes a future emphasis, to be controlled by learning and experience obtained from past events and previous beliefs. It overlooks the present, for it rests on the idea the past has taught enough to let the mind direct its future course. Whoa. Ego trying to take control of it. But I think we've learned enough in the past. I know, I'm an advanced teacher of God. I have already experienced the light of awakening in my mind, so I know. This is what the ego is going to do. So it thinks you've learned enough in the past to make you prepare for the future, when really that's just a defense against the truth. The mind that plans is thus refusing to allow for change. What it has learned before becomes the basis for future goals. Its past experience directs its choice of what will happen. And it does not see that here and now is everything it needs to guarantee a future quite unlike the past, without a continuity of any old ideas and sick beliefs. We have everything we need right now, but the planned mind overlooks that and misses that that is true and thus does not experience it. Anticipation plays no part at all, for present confidence directs the way. Defenses are the plans you undertake to make against the truth. Their aim is to select what you approve and disregard what you consider incompatible with your beliefs of your reality. Yet what remains is meaningless indeed. For it is your reality which is the threat that your defenses would attack, obscure, and take apart and crucify. Oh, I love this part. This is where it is. I've always looked for this in the course. Here it is. What could you not accept if you but knew that everything which happens, all events, past, present, and to come, are gently planned by the one whose only purpose is your good? Perhaps you have misunderstood his plan, for he would never offer pain to you. But your defenses did not let you see his loving blessing shine in every step you ever took. While you make plans for death, he led you gently to eternal life. Your present trust in him is the defense which promises a future undisturbed, without a trace of sorrow, and with joy which constantly increases as this life becomes a holy instant, set in time, but heeding only immortality. Let no defenses but your present trust direct the future. And this life becomes a meaningful encounter with the truth that only your defenses would conceal. That's it. Without defenses, except for our present trust, will direct the future. And it will be an extension of the holy instant, which is perfect and ever-increasing joy. Without defenses, you become a light which heaven gratefully acknowledges to be its own. And it will lead you on in ways appointed for your happiness according to the ancient plan, begun when time was born. Your followers will join their light with yours, and it will be increased until the world is lighted up with joy. And gladly will all our brothers lay aside their cumbersome defenses, which availed them nothing and could only terrify. We will anticipate that time today with present confidence, for this is part of what was planned for us. We will be sure that everything we need is given us for our accomplishment of this today. We make no plans for how it will be done, but realize that our defenselessness is all that is required for the truth to dawn upon our minds in certainty. For 15 minutes twice today, we rest from senseless planning and from every thought which blocks the truth from entering our minds. Today we will receive instead of plan, that we may give instead of organize. Today we will receive instead of plan, and may give instead of organize. And we are given truly, as we say, if I defend myself, I am attacked. But in defenselessness, I will be strong, and I will learn what my defenses hide. Nothing but that. If there are plans to make, you will be told of them. They may not be the plans you thought were needed, nor indeed the answers to the problems which you thought confronted you, but they are answers to another kind of question, which remains unanswered yet in need of answering until the answer comes to you at last. All your defenses have been aimed at not receiving what you will receive today. And in the light and joy of simple truth, you will but wonder why you ever thought that you must be defended from release. Heaven asks nothing. It is hell that makes extravagant demands for sacrifice. You give up nothing in these times today. When undefended, you present yourself to your Creator as you really are. Without defenses, we present ourselves to our Creator as we really are. And then that is how we receive perfect communication from Him and are restored to the truth. And knowing that everything is perfect and provided for right here, right now, that will extend to the future. Not based on the past, but based on what we received from our Father God now. He has remembered you. Today we will remember Him. For this is Easter time in your salvation. And you will rise again from what was seeming death and hopelessness. Now is the light of hope reborn in you. For now you come without defense to learn the part for you within the plan of God. What little plans or magical beliefs can still have value when you have received your function from the voice for God Himself? Try not to shape this day as you believe would benefit you most. For you cannot conceive of all the happiness that comes to you without your planning. Yep. Learn today. And all the world will take this giant stride and celebrate your Easter time with you. Throughout the day, as foolish little things appear to raise defensiveness in you and tempt you to engage in wavering plans, remind yourself this is a special day for learning and acknowledge it as this. This is my Easter time, and I would keep it holy. I will not defend myself, because the Son of God needs no defense against the truth of His reality. So today, you better believe I'm going to sit and contemplate in my mind with the Holy Spirit where all of the defenses are present within my mind, so that all of the defenses may fall down, so that the truth and the light of our Father's love will be revealed in my mind. Even greater. Because if I defend myself, I am attacked. And if I am attacked, I'm not seeing myself as the Son of God who cannot be attacked. So I am thankful for this lesson, again, coming on the most perfect day for me. If I defend myself, I am attacked. And so it is. I love you all, beautiful souls. Enjoy applying it today.